What's up? What's up, YouTube and my loungers? I hope everybody is doing great today. We are going to get into some Secktah news, also talk about Jaydayoungan and little Duval, and maybe some other topics as well. Okay, definitely wanted to get into the morning show this morning so that we can talk about a few things, and even have. I think I'm going to have a little bit more of a discussion about Gina Toe as well, as regards to her AIDS diagnosis. I think that is a really great conversation. I think it's something that we all should be openly talking about. And so I'm going to get into it. Okay. First, I'm going to play you guys my little intro, and then I'm going to go ahead and play a little 5-minute timer to let you guys come on in the building.
It's Block Lounge Entertainment, and the time is right with T-Pre.
So grand rising, everybody. I hope everybody is doing great. Shout out to the beautiful Bernice as well as Money to Burn. I hope you're doing great, sis. And I hope everybody else is doing great as well. For those of you that will catch the replay, I truly appreciate you guys as well. And everybody that's in the bushes, I appreciate you guys too. We're going to get into a few topics today, but the first one I think I want to get into is the little Duval situation, where shout out to him. He was airlifted, though, for surgery after an ATV accident. So on Tuesday, July 26th, which was this week, the comedian and rapper Little Duval was flown to Nassau, Bahamas hospital for an emergency surgery following a car accident that happened while he was riding an ATV near his home in Nassau. Well, near his home in Bahamas. So he does own a house in the Bahamas, and he was down there driving his ATV. And he had a video up earlier in the day where he was showing him trying to start the ATV, and the ATV wasn't starting up, but apparently it started up. And it's an off-road vehicle, but he was riding it on the road, and a car allegedly collided with him. And so now he has to get emergency surgery on his leg. But Duval, who is took to Instagram to announce to the news, this news on his Instagram. And in sharing the video of the paramedics he did share the video of the paramedics transferring him from an ambulance to the plane on a stretcher. And you can hear him like really moaning and writhing in pain during that time. But he also had bandages on his forehead, his elbow, his abdomen, naturally, because, I'm pretty sure it was pretty bad coming up off of an ATV, in an accident. But he was saying that somebody hit him with their car, and he was on a four-wheeler. So hopefully he will come through this, just fine. He's like 44, 45, somewhere around there. So, once we get a little bit older, sometimes you get these injuries, you don't heal the same way. So, at the end of the day, we've got to do, possibly do some things a little different. Once we get in our 40s, we can't actually do things the way that we used to do it, simply because that's just not how our lives and our bodies allow us to do. I know for me, I had a broken ankle probably about, I would say, 5 years ago now, maybe 6. And I can't even remember when it was. But either way, when my ankle was broken, it's never been the same since then. And you can't just, do things the way that you were when you were a kid, and just run around just doing any old thing, because it really will affect you. And so, but shout out to him. I hope that he will be fine. I don't want to see, anything like that, happen to anybody. But of course, this is what, unfortunately, that he faced. So, but anyway, guys, I wanted to talk also about this Jaydayoungan young boy. Okay, I don't know much about him, but I was listening to this story yesterday on what happened with him, and I thought it was crazy. Okay, but let me get into these comments, of course, real quick before I do. The beautiful Bernice, you said, good morning, T Pre and everyone. Money to Burn said, hey, morning, Black Lounge Divine and Miss T Pre and the beautiful Bernice and loungers. Finally caught alive. Yes, Money to Burn, I appreciate you being here, and I hope you're doing well. Bernice, you said, hey, sis, Money to Burn, how are you feeling today? Money says, I've been better. The beautiful Bernice, thanks for asking. Of course, sis. You said, but I'm here, the beautiful Bernice. That's what's up, and we're glad that you are. And yes, prayers, sis. You said, that's right, sis. You said, wow, sad. Yeah, it is. It's messed up that happened with him. But anyway, let's get into this rapper, guys. Jaydayoungan shot outside his Louisiana home, and he has been confirmed dead by the hospital and confirmed dead by the Bogalusa Police Department, which is the town that he lives in. Okay, so I'm going to read their message. And they said, this is an update to the press release of a shooting earlier tonight. We can now identify the victims as Javarius Scott, a.k.a. Jaydayoungan, and close family member Kenyatta Scott Sr. We can also confirm that Javarius Scott has died as a result of his injuries. Kenyatta Scott Sr. has been transported to another facility, and we have been told he is in stable condition. Detectives are currently conducting interviews and working leads. Further information will follow as it becomes available. So there was a lot going on yesterday between Twitter, between YouTube, and between all types of places where content creators were putting out that he had passed away. Other content creators were putting out that it wasn't confirmed, okay? But this was a lot that happened. I don't know what exactly is going on, and most of the time we don't know what's going on, especially when it comes to the young ones, okay? But I'm going to read this story from the New York Post, and then I'm going to give my commentary on it. It says, up-and-coming rapper Jaydayoungan died after suffering gunshot wounds Wednesday night outside of his home in Louisiana. The 24-year-old musician, known for his hits 23 Island and Elimination, was shot along with a male relative, Kenyatta Scott Sr., Bogalusa Police Department confirmed to the Post. The shooting took place just before, and again, this is from the New York Post, guys. The shooting took place just before 6 p.m., with the rapper, whose real name is Javarius Tyke Scott, being rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Jaydayoungan ultimately died just before midnight, police said. The rapper's relative remains in stable condition. This is a very fluid situation. Our officers are working diligently to identify the suspects responsible for those crimes, police said in a statement. Cops said another shooting happened about 30 minutes after the one involving the rapper. Officials said it was possible the shootings were linked. Jaydayoungan leaves behind a young son, according to his social media post. Just hours before his untimely death, the rapper posted a video on Instagram showing a child who is believed to be his son. The rapper landed a music deal with Atlantic Records in 2017, according to his bio on Pandora. He gained popularity with Spinning and Takeoff. His career saw him collaborate with artists including Lil Durk, Lado, Moneybagg Yo, and Moneybagg Yo. He released his debut album, 23 in Back, in June 2021. His mixtape, Forever 23, and first official studio effort, Baby 23, both charted on Billboard. He racked up over 1.2 million subscribers on YouTube and boasted a whopping 2.7 million subscribers on Instagram. The shooting comes just 1 month after he was released from jail for gun-related charges. In October 21, he was caught. Now, I'm not going to get into that because that kind of happens a lot when they start talking about the death of these young men. They want to talk about their criminal history. They want to talk about, all these other things, which possibly could play a role in it. I get that. But I also want to say that, there's a lot of things that take place where we all have established already that there's a lot of things that have taken place in our communities that are affecting these statistics. You know what I mean? So I don't want to get into his criminal history. Regardless of that, the young boy is dead, and there's now a fatherless child out here, another fatherless child out here behind nonsense. Okay. I thought the story was phenomenally crazy because it turns out that according to even what the New York Post is saying, there's many bloggers who have been on this case. And there was one who was talking about this. I can't remember his name, but I'm going to put a link to it in my description box if I remember. Sometimes I forget to do that. But I'm going to try to put a link to his video in my description box. But he's down there in the area, and he was saying that there was an actual shooting at the hospital. Allegedly, and this is alleged, the shooters followed the ambulance of this young man to the actual hospital, okay? And they got the shooting at the young man again as he was coming out of the ambulance. And then there were family members at the hospital as well that met them there, and they got the shooting back and forth. So there was literally a shootout at this hospital, okay? So he didn't die right away, but they were trying to make sure that this young boy was dead, okay? And the family was there to meet them, and they got the shooting out. It sounded like a Wild Wild West like movie. It was crazy. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. And it's not like, I don't know. I get it, but I think it's just crazy. I don't understand how it got to that level. You see what I'm saying? Like to where and I don't know. I guess I want to say innocent people are being killed, but this is happening every day in the hood. People get killed like this often, way too often. You know, but I just wanted to bring light to that. I know that his family are definitely some riders. You know what I'm saying? If they out there at the hospital, but I've never heard of a shooter following the ambulance to the hospital. I've never heard of nothing like that. I've never heard of them like because out of the hospitals that are there, why how would they know that he was going to show up at this hospital unless they were following that ambulance? You know what I'm saying? And then following that ambulance, they get there, the family's there, and they get to this shootout with each other. Now this is crazy, y'all. Like this is wild. There's got to be there's got to be more accountability, I say, in the music industry. I know that there's people that have been talking about that. There's been larger and bigger artists that have been trying to do something in regards to that accountability. Maybe perhaps having independent labels, kind of going through this independently more or less than this other stuff. Maybe that's the way. Because these record labels will literally pit these rappers against each other. Some of them they'll create them within the same style of the other one. You know what I mean? Just to create jealousy and rifts amongst them. And then they do these Instagram stories and do these things. They do these Instagram reels and all this stuff, talking about one another, posting pictures with the quote unquote ops and all this other stuff. And these are the things that the record industries are literally pushing out there. Okay. There has been murder after murder behind young men, young bloods like this. And it's sad. And until there's actually some real accountability in these music industries, this is going to continue happening. We're going to see somebody else like this. I mean, there's multiple, we have multiple examples of this now. So how many times are we going to keep sitting back and just kind of watching, you know what I mean, without saying anything about these things, without holding these people accountable? Stop buying this music. Stop buying Apple. I'm not saying, we all have to abandon stuff, but we got to do something because this is keeping they pockets paid. Literally. These record labels make more money off these artists dead than they do alive. There was most of us and a lot of us had never heard of Young Dolph until he was dead. You understand what I'm saying? And it turns out he's got some banging ass music, but we've never heard it. Or a lot of us never heard that, But now that he's dead, his music is spread wide. And they're still making money off of that. You understand what I'm saying? So they don't care that he's dead. There's somebody else that they can have killed. You understand? There's somebody else that they can pit against the other. And they've been doing that shit for so long, they're comfortable with it at this point. Because everybody else is, and nobody else is saying anything. So I just wanted to bring that up. Rest in peace to the young man. I hope his family is well. I hope that there is some closure to this. And I hope that they find peace. You said, hey, beautiful Bernice. Hey, I'm Nivea. I appreciate you being in the building. Let me go ahead and go up a little bit because I see you guys were talking about this stuff. You said, okay, you said, wow, that's sad. Yeah, you said Queen Latifah lost her brother to a motorcycle accident. She wears the key around her neck because she brought it for him. Yeah, I remember her talking about that. You said, dang, how many rappers died yesterday? Oh, there was somebody else that died too? I just heard about this one because it was such a sensational story, with them being at the hospital, shooting out at the hospital with the family and with this, and they followed the ambulance. Like, that was nuts. Like, absolutely nuts. And like the content creator had said, there has to be a major bag on that boy's head for them to go to that extent and go to that level. to be sure that this boy was dead. It had to be a major bag. And it makes you wonder from whom, like from whom, like this is deep, y'all. And we got to figure something out. Really. You said so sad and way too young. Absolutely. He's my son's age. You said good morning. You said good afternoon, Miss T. Okay, so I guess you're in another area. Hey, I am Nivea. I appreciate you being in the building. You said I'm Nivea. Hey, you said I can't imagine. I can't imagine the immense guilt Queen Latifah must feel about that. I know it was a long time ago, and I hope she's been able to get through that. Yeah, that was years and years ago. Probably like close to 30 or more. But that's her brother. So I don't know if I hope she probably did find some peace. But you never get over somebody's death. You said, hey, beautiful Bernice. You said, thanks for watching, everybody. Please hit the like. Yes, please hit the like button, guys, so that we can get this through the algorithm. Make sure that you are subscribed and share the video as well. You said, hey, lady, I am Nivea. You said, yes, money to burn. You said, my son's like him a lot. Rest in peace. Yeah, my kids were talking about this yesterday too. And that's how I got to know. And I just looked into the story. And when I looked into it, I was like, wow, this is crazy. This is really crazy. So I just had to bring this up today. Yeah, you said very sad. You said being a rapper is a dangerous profession. It really is. It is sad. And like I said, we got to hold these record industries, these record label companies much more accountable because they're not being held accountable. Nobody's paying attention. You said it's incredible. Yep. You said, well, I'm from NYC, so it's still crazy though. Yeah, it is. You said, good morning, Miss T. Pre. Hey, Divine 7, I appreciate you being in the building. You said, yeah, it was about 30 years ago. Yeah, I think it was close, somewhere around there. But anyway, guys, yeah, so that's what I had on that young man. Again, I just, I wish the best for his family. I absolutely wish the best for, his people. But yeah, we've got to do something because we can't keep having this kind of stuff happening with our people. Let's talk a little bit about victimization culture, okay? Because there really is a lot of that happens in our community. Well, it happens in America, I know that. But particularly, and this is going to lead into our Secktah news today. I'm not going to be long because I haven't done any of my regular stuff this morning. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this stuff, and then I'm going to probably end the show. But let's get into this victimization culture. And shout out to Breakin' because we're actually going to talk about this and have an interview on our podcast regarding this and go a little bit deeper into this subject. But there tends to be this thing where people, and I don't think it's just an American thing. I think this is across the board. But there tends to be this thing where people will where if there is a victim of a situation, the victim is often blamed. They're often treated like as if they've done something wrong, or if the victim goes and they respond to a situation, or they say something, or they contact authorities, or they do something to help themselves in a situation, the victim then becomes the perpetrator. Okay, the perpetrator gets no pushback, and nothing, but the victim is the one that is, shamed publicly and dragged through the court of public opinion and so forth and so on, even though folks know that that person has been a victim. And like I said, we're going to get a lot deeper into that type of conversation on the podcast. But I just wanted to talk about this a little bit today because I watched Tiff P's show last night. I didn't say anything. I actually stayed in the clouds, and I did that on purpose. I do love Tiff P. I support her. But, we got to be honest with one another. You understand what I'm saying? And in that video, I was really disturbed by a couple of things. I know that Tiff is much smarter than this, okay? And it makes me go back to in the sector how there's possibly these camaraderies in the sector that are toxic, okay? Where people are either paid or they, there's some type of relationship in order to keep a certain appearance up of people, even though we know this is not true. Okay. So I'm going to get into that in just a sec. I'm going to get into that in just a second. But before I do, I'm going to play a quick 2-minute timer. You guys go ahead and grab your drinks, grab your weed, whatever you're going to do. I know it's 8 o'clock in the morning over here. I ain't smoking or drinking nothing. But for y'all, if that's what y'all doing, then so be it. And then we're going to get right into the show. So before I get into that, guys, I definitely wanted to correct myself on something, okay? I've been trying to do this actually for a couple of days now, but there's been a lot going on, so I haven't really had the opportunity, and I always kind of forget to say something about it, but it just got recalled to my mind. So I'm definitely going to say something. Yes, I misspoke, okay, when I said that Taraji P. Henson is the daughter of Jim Henson. That is not true. That is incorrect, okay? Even though my opinion matters, no, that is not correct. And I wanted to definitely address that. I know that has been a joke, kind of a running joke, but no, that is not his daughter, okay? I forgot how I heard that. I know I heard that before. I've heard that a couple of places, but it's not true. So I apologize to my loungers for that. But yeah, we make mistakes. We say things sometimes. We misspeak. We think that we know what we're talking about, and we perhaps don't. Okay. And in that particular situation, yes, I was wrong, and I wanted to correct that. But shout out to me, okay, for being so adamant about that. But yeah, it's something that I thought I knew. I did not know that though. So yeah, it is what it is. But hey, I'm just gonna go ahead and take that on the chin, and then we'll go from there. I had one other topic I wanted to talk about before I actually get into the Secktah news, girl. Cha. Okay. And then yeah, you said Divine Seven. You guys are talking to each other. You said money to burn. I hope all is well. And Divine said, "Hey to the beautiful Bernice." And then, yes, thanks. He said, it's a lie that's been circulating for years since she appeared on Sesame Street years ago. Okay, yeah, because I know that I heard that. It's not like I just made that up off the top of my head. Like I literally did hear that several times. So, but that's not the case. Her dad is a black man. So it is what it is, though. Hey, Josephine, I appreciate you being in the building. Shout out to you, sis, as well as you said hey to Divine Seven. Let's talk about Gina Toe real quick, guys, and then we're going to get into that. This stuff I wanted to talk about with this victimization stuff. So, Gina, as you guys know, there is an Instagram model who has come out and revealed that she has AIDS and has had it for almost a decade, from 8 to 10 years, according to the doctors. She unknowingly carried this, carried on life, and just recently discovered that she was a carrier of the disease, just from becoming ill. Okay, so she became ill, violently ill, and in going to the hospital, they tried to test her for different things, from cancer to you name it, and none of that was coming back. And then it turned out that she had AIDS. Okay. So the sad part about it is that she has been linked with multiple celebrities, including now David East, Chief Keef, Nick Cannon. But she did try to dispel the Chris Brown story with an interview she did with Tasha K. Okay. So she did try to dispel that, but I can't say that she really did that. Shout out to One Community. If you guys don't know who he is, make sure you guys check him out. It's called ONEKEMMUNITY. Okay, he's one of my favorite content creators, and he's been covering this a lot. But he showed where Tasha K was talking about this with Gina, and yeah, she tried to say, she doesn't know how that story came about with Chris Brown. She said, but she said I don't wish to, even if I had, I'm not going to share anybody's name, which I respect that. But ultimately speaking, it isn't a secret that she has hooked up with multiple men, and has had them posted with her on her Instagram. So it's not like, it would be difficult to come down to that story and understanding of that, even though I understand why she wouldn't want to share something like that. Of course, that would be malicious. So it's definitely understandable. But allegedly now she is living with a waist disease, which is where her body has lost a tremendous amount of weight. And she just really looks sickly. It's bad, guys. It is so bad. And as I said yesterday in my video, I really think that we have to pay attention to our sexual health. Just pay attention to our bodies, going and getting regular checkups, and just making sure that we are healthy every few months or so, every couple months or so. You need to be going and checking up on things. If you're having more sex than others, with multiple people, you need to be getting those checks more often, and that's just that. And a lot of times folks aren't doing that because they really don't love themselves, so we need to be checking into our mental health as well, because this is really, really sad. But yeah, you said, hold on, guys. You said yes, he's great. You said, hey, SmackDown, Josephine, you was throwing them the other night. Girl, Joe be doing it. You said, yes, Divine Seven. He said, that's sad. Yes, it is. And you said, LOL, Divine. All right, guys. So I just wanted to be real quick about her, and then, I think I do want to get into a deeper conversation about her later, or at least about sexual health and stuff like that. But right now we are going to get into this Secktah news, because last night I was a little appalled by that conversation on Tiff P's channel. Like I said, shout out to Tiff P. I really do like her. I don't got no beef with her or nothing like that. But, I definitely disagree with this video from last night. Okay, because here's the thing. At the end of the day, I don't know if I'm watching a different sector than y'all are. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm seeing something different than y'all. But AAS is not a fucking victim out here. Okay, we're not going to keep pretending that anti-Afro Svengali has been some victim. Okay, and that somehow she has been mistreated and now she's responding to people, or whatever the case may be. The part that got me, right, and I think I would have probably not been, I probably wouldn't be saying anything, because people are entitled you're entitled to support who you choose and so forth. But it's the hypocrisy for me, okay? Because Stargate was on the panel and we were talking about Alan Logic, and shout out to him, one of my favorite content creators as well. What you gonna do about it? Make sure that y'all go over to his channel, like, subscribe, share. Make sure that you're checking out his videos because he is dropping bombs over Baghdad, honey. Okay, literally dropping receipts out here, facts. Okay, about out here about what's really going on behind the scenes with anti-Afro Svengali, and it's very important to know and to hear about what's happening with anti-Afro. Not because we want to just perpetually talk about her every day, but literally we need to expose what she has been doing. Okay, because there's a lot of folks out here who really don't know. They really think that, you know, she's the victim. She's being treated bad. People are doing her wrong, and that's not the case. Okay, she literally likes to pit folks against one another, and she likes to use what she believes are people that are less than her to put to do her bidding and to do her work for her. She likes to pay people. She likes to charm people into believing that she's, you know, oh, poor me. Oh, I'm your friend. Oh, I will be there for you. Like, she tries to do that. And then she does exactly what Alan was doing. But she needs to know that there's folks that know better. Okay. They know much better than she thinks they do. But what I will say is this. Tiff, listen, honey. At the end of the day, showing text messages is showing text messages. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say, you know, oh, you know, it's right or it's wrong or whatever. I'm just going to look at it like this. Let's flip the script on that, because Stargate was showing her text messages about Smoke for the purpose of, quote unquote, clearing her name, right? When in actuality, it didn't clear her name. It actually made her look worse, because Smoke wasn't showing any text messages, right? But she was showing text messages, and it made her look worse. It made her look like she was trying to cupcake with somebody's married husband in the middle of the night, period. That's what it looked like, okay? According to her messages. And then Alan's messages, okay, are doing something completely different. Alan's messages are actually revealing the fuck shit that anti-Afro Svengali has been talking about multiple people in the sector, okay, who she claims she's friends with, such as Photon, for instance, okay, calling him a flunky, remix of flunky, all of that stuff. And so we're not going to pretend that Alan showing those text messages is not in support of the sector, okay, and support of what's really going on out here and really revealing this bitch to the world, as opposed to Stargate being selfish and trying to get ahead of what she thought was going to come out about her. See, that's the difference. And sisters like you, Tiff, I expect to be honest about stuff like that. Like, are y'all afraid of anti-Afro or something? I'm not sure what's going on, you know? But she ain't the bitch to be afraid of. Like, she's not that chick, okay? Literally, she's not. And, you know, we've got to stop getting in cahoots with people who are on some fuck shit and can't understand why people don't trust you or why people don't want to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? The reason why is because nobody is going to sit back in this sector and pretend that anti-Afro Svengali has not been behind most of the fuck shit in this sector. Okay? That she hasn't been behind, you know, emailing people behind the scenes, texting people behind the scenes, talking about people and pitting people against one another. She has been doing that for years. And then she gets in these little chats and she acts like the victim, like she did in your chat last night. Like she said, oh, I didn't never send him anything personal about me. Oh, I never gave him anything personal. Oh, I never gave, you know, let me see your transcript, anything personal. So they can't use anything against me, you know. But, you know, so I've never given them anything. Well, what did you think that was? So now you're trying to manipulate, you know, the story to make it look like, oh, you were just saying these things just so you can bait him. Well, what kind of friend are you? If you were really trying to be a friend to this man, why would you be testing him and baiting him with shit like that? If normal relationships, right? Normal friendships who are trying to build a friendship and you're vetting, you're not doing it that way. You're not talking about other people to this person just so you can test them and see if they are going to. That's not how you vet a relationship that you're building with somebody new. Okay. I didn't build my friendship with Dr. Nikki like that. We didn't build our friendship on, talking about other people and seeing if it was going to get repeated. That's not what we did. Me and Money to Burn have a friendship. We did not build our relationship off of talking about other people and seeing who was going to say something to somebody. No, that's not normal behavior. Okay, that's not actual normal behavior. Okay, it is abnormal to talk shit about someone and then turn around and use psychological games against you and say, well, I was only saying that just to just to expose you and see what you were going to do with the information. Why would I even want to be friends with somebody like that? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to need her to do better in her 60s. And that's facts. I know this woman is in her 60s and she got to do better. Like, real shit. At the end of the day, she needs to go get the help she needs. She needs to get off of YouTube and go get some help, sweetheart. But you can't expect people to trust you and support you if you support something like that. You understand what I'm saying? And knowing that something like that is going on. But again, I'm going to say shout out to Alan Logic, because keep putting your foot on that bitch's neck and keep putting this stuff out here. Yes, you have enough content for days. I don't care what this bitch is saying. She always says a bunch of stuff without any substantiation, without any receipts, and she know damn well she don't have any. Okay? Like I said, talking about, calling somebody a bitch or telling somebody they need some dick or something is not sexual harassment. And that's not, that's only speaking facts or opinions. You understand what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that man, I don't think he's doing anything wrong with showing those accusations, with showing that stuff. Yes, and yes, she did. She accused him of serious stuff in her community posts, okay? So if he sues the fuck out of her, that's her fault. You understand what I'm saying? And she's only doing that because she tries to get, and she'll do this with anybody, okay? Anybody. She will make up stuff about you, even if she don't have, quote unquote, anything on you, okay? She will make up stuff about you if she feels she needs to. The moment she feels that you turned on her or she feels that you are turning on her, she's going to start testing you like she's done with multiple people in the sector. And then as she's doing that, she's talking about you with other people. And then as that comes out, she tries to pretend that, oh no, I'm innocent. I was just doing that with this person because, I wanted to vet them. No. That's not normal. Like I said, that's not normal behavior to do stuff like that. Yes, you can vet people, but not that way. Do you understand that? That's not normal. But yeah, she definitely has been accusing him of some crazy, crazy stuff. And you said, so she's the victim now? Exactly. Well, you done heard it all. I'm just saying, like, I couldn't believe how Tiff, like, and I love Tiff, but Tiff, come on, let's keep it real, sis. You was sitting in that chat like, anti-Afro. Oh yeah, but that is so different what you did, Stargate. That you showed text messages from Smoke, to clear your name. But I can't believe that Alan would do this to you. Like, girl, like you ain't been watching this sector like we have. Like you haven't seen anti-Afro dox your baby daddy. Like you haven't seen anti-Afro try to come after your baby daddy's license. Like you haven't seen anti-Afro do the most fuck shit in this sector. She is behind at least 90% of the fuck shit in the sector. And now you're like, oh, why would he do something like that? because he's showing you and me and everybody else what type of bitch this bitch is. He's really revealing to the sector how she is. He was able to get close enough to her to hear her out, for her to get comfortable enough to talk shit to him like she has done with multiple people. And then turn around and act like, you know what? He didn't have nothing on me. And she did that same shit with Pillsbury a couple years ago. When Pillsbury revealed her text, when Pillsbury revealed her emails, she tried to act like she never gave him anything. But honey, I got something different from the emails. I got most of her troll accounts from those emails. I got most of the names of the troll accounts. I got her admitting that she has troll accounts and that she uses them. I have her pitting one content creator against the other. I have all kinds of information on her from just those emails alone. So, all of that's lies too. Everybody's lying on anti-Afro Svengali, but yet the emails are coming from her. And her email address is public information. So which one do we have? Do we have, you're the victim, ma'am, and we all have to coddle you and we all have to rally around anti-Afro? Or you have victimized multiple people in this sector, multiple spaces, and even in real life. And people are calling you out for it. And we're not going to pretend you're not. We're not going to make you feel good. We're not going to, poor anti. Like, are you kidding me, girl? She will turn on your ass just as quick as she turned on anybody else. Okay? And I'll say this too. There's a lot of folks that think other folks don't know those things about her. And they do, whether they're talking about it or not. Okay? But there's definitely folks who are aware of what's happening. They're not slow or stupid by any means. And but yeah, we're gonna stop pretending for anti-Afro, to make her feel great and make her feel good. I love you, Tiff P. I support you, girl. But sis, we're gonna keep it a beam. You said, hey sis, Dr. Nikki, hope you're well this morning. And yeah, let me go back up here because I was talking to y'all and Dr. Nikki came in the building. You said, Grand Rising Black Lounge. Hey girl, what's happening, sis? I appreciate you being in here. Hey, Steph Collins, I appreciate you too as well. You said she accused him of serious shit. Yeah, I think I read that. Okay. You said, so she's the victim. Okay, I read that one. Okay, let me go down a little bit. You said, hey, Miss Dr. Nikki. You said, I'm better. Thanks for asking. I'm glad you're doing better too. Hey, R&T Entertainment, I appreciate you. You said exactly, T-Pre. You said she's scrambling, trying to explain them texts. Exactly. That's what she did with the emails, okay? Because she was scrambling around. That was before her other channel got removed. No, she didn't transfer a damn thing. That channel got taken down. It was strike. Her channel had so many strikes, it was taken down by YouTube, okay? You said she's scrambling, trying to explain them texts. Yep. Like she was them emails. Like she was those emails. But people get tired of her and eventually they just, they expose her ass, especially after you talking shit about them. You know what I'm saying? To them. And trust me, that has happened across the board in a couple places. Okay? A couple places. What Alan did and what Alan showed y'all with them texts from anti talking shit about him and acting like she was talking to breaking the culture. Honey, she's done that to a few people in the sector. Okay, y'all just all need to get together and compare the notes. That's it. Because she's been doing that all over the place. And then acting like she's just trying to test people. Who the fuck is this bitch to be testing motherfuckers? Like somebody really want to fuck with her. You said, hello, drama, R&T Entertainment. Yeah, I appreciate you being in the building, bro. Great show the other night, too. I did definitely look at that. That was an excellent build. You said, hey, Dr. Nikki, hope all is well. Hey, Grand Rising TMK. Beautiful Bernice says, hey to TMK as well. And you said, it's weird. Yeah, it's very, very weird. That conversation on Tiff's channel last night was weird. I couldn't even listen to the rest of that because I ain't got time for that shit. We're not going to sit. I just can't. I can't be a follower and be after here pretending for somebody because they throw a couple dollars at me or because they offer me some type of protection or whatever the case may be. Like, I ain't fucking with anti. I would never get in bed with that fucking devil. Never. You said, hello, good people. You said, hey, TMK. And it's funny because Stargate was getting dragged through mud by anti until she started trying to be, be a camaraderie, get in camaraderie with her for the sake of one person or somebody they don't like or some stupid shit. That bitch will turn on your ass again. And that's facts. You said, good morning, Dr. Nikki and the beautiful Bernice. You said, you're number one. Hey, Craft Legacy. You be changing your name. I noticed that. You said, money to burn. Hey, Bombay, TMK. You said, preach, T-Pre. Bernice, hey, mama. She crossed the line once again with the latest. Yep, all over again, as she keeps doing. And he keep dropping them receipts, like I told him. Keep dropping them motherfucking receipts. Keep calm, keep collected, and just drop the real receipts. That's it. You could talk shit. You could say what you want without any substantiation, man. But we got receipts for days. Like, we have actual receipts upon receipts. We have receipts for the receipts. Like, that's just what it is. Years worth. You said, Dr. Nikki Proctor Walden, Chicken Nikki, hey, baby. You said, yep, tell it, Miss T-Pre. That's what I've noticed. And that's facts. Like, I'm not going to pretend, okay? At the end of the day, and like I said, I do love Tip. I support her. We all love each other. But, baby, stop playing around with this bitch, okay? Please stop playing around with anti-Afro Svengali. Like, you don't know what she's been doing. Like, you haven't seen this bitch in action. Please, 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 Tip. Yep, she's still around. You said money to burn, bizzle to bizzle. Good morning, Miss Staples. Money to burn. You said, hey, DJ Drama and TMK. You said, I didn't even have to turn on her. All I did was participate in the chat. Exactly. Yep. You said, Josie the Pussycat activist. And that's what she does. Like, and guys, have y'all noticed that this woman has time to watch everybody's show? She knows everything going on in every chat room, everything going on in every video, and it be on panels and places that she don't even like. That many people don't even like her in this sector, or any sector for that matter. Okay, so nobody's sending anti-Afro anything. Anti is literally watching it herself. Between her and Rev G, they are watching it themselves. And I'm not even going to talk about her. I'm talking about her. She be watching all this stuff. Even when, I'm eating my breakfast at the same time. Even when she got to talking about Alan, when she was talking to Alan, she got every couple seconds, she's telling him about somebody's chat and look in their chat and see who's in the chat and look what they're saying and this and this and this and get up on the panel and talk. Like, where do you have time to be doing some therapy, sis? Like, when do you have time to be doing work? You know what I mean? To eat, to sleep, to go take a shower. Like, do you have any time to go do any of that? Because you are literally online all day. If you're not putting your own topics up and own stuff up, editing those videos and so forth, sending Rev G stuff so he can do stuff, putting this up, putting that up, going to this panel, going to that panel, going to this section, going to that section, listening to this, listening to that, screenshotting this, screenshotting that. Who has that much time on their hands? Like, who actually has that much time on their hands where they got this, where they got time to be knowing everything that everybody is saying exactly in the sector? The only one who be knowing that is anti. Everybody else works, or they handle their business, they take care of their families, they do some other shit, and they're not always here. But she is always here, and it's ridiculous, y'all. Hold on 1 second, y'all. All right, so anyway, yes, but she's always here, always knows every detail, every single thing. Like, it's just ridiculous. And like you said, you don't have to turn on her or anything. Just being in somebody's chat room and talking to someone else will cause you to be this enemy, per se. Okay? Trust me. And for those of you who don't understand that, I need you to look into that woman's past. But there are people who believe that people don't understand that, and they do. You said Josie the Pussycat, Josephine, the chat. What's good, honey? You said AAS is trashing a dude that she literally appointed as her lieutenant bodyguard. Star better heed the warning. And that's facts. I'm telling you, but Star ain't gonna heed no warning. Star just wants to be accepted, and she'll be willing to go over the deep end for motherfuckers who would throw her over the deep end, literally. So that's on her. You said Chantrice in the house, TMK. You said not only will she not show her face, but she has the nerve to hide behind a bunch of married men throwing shit. Yeah. Like why is she dealing with these men? You know what I mean? These men who have wives and girlfriends and different shit like that. Like she doing a lot. She definitely doing a lot. Yeah. You said exactly, T Print. You said Dougherty Demon with the J in front of the name. Okay, you said Poison ran off that panel like Carl Lewis, girl. Child, yes he did. Yes he fucking did. That shit was too funny. Look, guys, I'm about to end the show. But I really appreciate y'all for always being in the building. You said like Carl Lewis in heels, girl. You said I know it's Slowy AAS and Ricky Jackson was talking shit on Tiff P. What? Nuh-uh. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Maybe I missed it on the receipt show, but I would love to see that. Let me know where I can find that, Joe. You said she actually took the time to look up my daddy's obituary, and she had comments about a family she doesn't know. Exactly. Yo, that's some weird shit. So how is anybody, like, if you're going to talk about the sector, like, call the sector for what it is. Like, you didn't see that, Tiff? You know what I'm saying? You didn't see that? All you saw was these text messages from Alan, and anti-Afro is the victim? Stop it, girl. Stop it, girl. You said, sure was, Josephine. You said, plus all that, I'm transferring my videos, my computer guy, blah, blah, blah. That was actually her having to produce evidence in that little Rev G harassment case. Facts. Talk about it, Steph Collins. Ain't no goddamn she transferred videos and all this other stuff. Bitch, YouTube shut your fucking videos. YouTube shut your channel the fuck down, okay? You have well over 2,000 videos on one man. Harassment every single day, a couple times a day, in the night, during the morning, and you've been doing this for years. So yeah, your channel got removed, ma'am. Not you were transferring and all this. Stop it. Stop your lies. You said I have clips with AAS talking shit about remix, Josephine. Child, send them to my email, lovinglife7842@gmail, or send them to Josephine. One of us, send them. You said, why don't AAS give receipts to TG? Okay, why don't she pay for his teeth to get fixed? You want to pay for people to talk shit about people on YouTube, but you don't want to pay for this man's teeth? Come on, sis. I mean, you got to do better than that. But you know why, though? You know why? You said because she doesn't have receipts, Josephine. The bitch is a loser. Fact. She don't have nothing. She just talks shit and says what she wants and thinks everybody's supposed to believe her. And that's just that. And I'm not the one. And other niggas ain't the one either. But she really think that's the type time that she got to be on. You said, I am Nevia. You said she gave it to Ricky. Well, she said she gave it to Ricky. Will hit on his mama Jackson. So later on, she could say remix harassed and abused her. Facts. Say that shit louder for the people in the fucking back. Like, she will send you stuff, okay? And then try to act like you were harassing and abusing her later. This is what she does. Literally, this is what she does. And that's 100% facts. You say, yep, Miss T. Pre, her and that Goofy G are watching everybody. They are in everybody's chat, everybody's panel, listening, screenshotting, going. They're not going back. They're literally live with you. Like, they in here now. Hey, Rev G. Hey, Anti. I'm going to make them a little banner so I can speak to them every time they come in here. You said that was shameful. And we're going to go ahead and do, I want us to do a video on all of her troll accounts. Okay, because like I said, we've got a lot of people from that other sector coming in and they're watching stuff too. And she goes over there and acts like a victim. So they've been watching us and they need to know who her troll accounts are. They need to know everything. We're going to start revealing everything. We're not letting our foot off of that bitch's neck until everything is revealed. including probably her face too. Not that we care, but since she be out here doxing motherfuckers, like, hey, you said, oh, man, you said Remix will do anything for crack money. Shout out to Antonio Barnes. That nigga was dropping bombs yesterday on Alan Logic's show. He was showing stuff about Remix and the people that Anti tries to get in bed with. You know what I'm saying? Just to do her vetting for her, just to do her bidding for her. She'll try to use what she calls flunkies, or she thinks they're flunkies. Even though I don't think Photon is a flunky at all. I think he's really a good dude. But she tries to use people who appears to her that way. And that's the way she looks at y'all, Like, girl, you said I do that. That's why AAS need to stop fucking with me on the real. Child, she really do. She really do, girl. Because I will get all them motherfucking receipts and I will reveal every single motherfucking one. I ain't got no problem. I got plenty of time and opportunity, honey. You said I'm disabled. I'm home all day. That's right, girl. And I'll be right with you. Right with you. I ain't got no problem with it. You said, well, clearly he ain't getting no cash apps because them receipts were weak. I ain't even look. Y'all, so he did show some weak ass receipts. That's a damn shame. He said Star Mix just needs her rent paid. That's why she won't, because AAS got a couple dollars, so she will try to send like a couple $100 at a time to you. And people like that, they want to get her to pay for things and to do things and stuff like that. But baby, once you start accepting money from this woman and you start accepting favors from her, she will use it against you. She's going to. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, literally, and how. That's it. You said end of the show. You ain't got to work for another hour. You better keep talking, Heather. Keep talking, anime. Shout out to TMK. You said she trifling, Dr. Nikki. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. You said YouTube wasn't her biggest issue at the time. Right. You said AAS going to look up where I went to preschool and all my teachers. Girl, that's the type of shit she do. You said it was them boys. You said, Joe. You said, yep, T-Pre, that's what AAS do. That's what she does. Like, folk need to understand if a warning is only going to come out but so much. And eventually, you got to take, the warning and do something about it. Especially if you're hearing these warnings all over the place. You said AAS knows how much lotion I put on. You know what? AAS knows when I take a shit. Them boys had questions about her troll accounts too. Yes, they did. I'm telling you, she has multiple troll accounts. Multiple troll accounts. They are all over the place. She will do, I'm going to give y'all, I'm not going to give y'all one. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. He said, AAS reminds me of Michael Myers hiding in the bushes, girl, with the face and everything, girl. He said, at money and not the ones who's selling anything for profit. 5 a.m. on the corner, clocking the other one. You said, Josephine, you got me rolling on the bed. You said, the ones in the blue you saying, Stephanie Collins? Yes, they are. You said, Josephine, the activist, stop being disrespectful to Michael Myers. You said, I am Nivea solid as fuck. Right. You said, blue, black, green, brown. You know what I'm saying, money to burn. All right. Well, listen, y'all. I am going to get out of here. I really always appreciate you guys for tuning in. All of you who will catch the replay, I truly appreciate y'all too. Like I said, I may go live a little earlier, a little later on. Depends on how I'm feeling. But I will talk to you guys later. Shout out to y'all again for tuning into the show. And peace, guys. Oh, sorry guys, I don't know how that happened.